A lot.
Yeah, I guess so. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here this glorious, rainy Wednesday morning. My name is Bruce Dickey. Thanks so much for tuning in today. My guest is Dennis Stroughmatt.
Good morning.
And we're on that one, by the way, if you're looking at it.
Oh, okay. I'm looking around. Which one am I looking at?
We're going to be on that one most of the day.
Okay.
But we're talking about we're going to talk about all kinds of different things as Dennis is playing locally this weekend, and he's got a new album out as well, and we're going to talk about that as well as Tony Booth and all kinds of other things. Again, we do appreciate you tuning in to Wabash Catch TV, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here, and hope you can stay away from the raindrops this morning. Should be a fun day. And speaking of fun days, here Wednesday, October 10th, the first day, the only day of rain in the last 2 weeks. It's lunch on Wabash at Jeff Park today. And here in Jeff, we're giving away free lunch. I guess it's still on. We'll assume and presume that it's still on at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock today. Lunch on the Wabash down at the Jeff Ruritan building, or near the Jeff Ruritan building at the Jeff Park. I'll be down there cooking. I know of 2 or 3 other Wabash folks who are going to be down there cooking, and the Wabash All-Stars, I guess, will be down there getting you free hamburgers, pork burgers, hot dogs, I think maybe pork chops, filet mignon, and ribeye sandwiches. Would you be surprised if I was telling the truth about the filet? Chateaubriand.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Place for you to stop on the way back to Mount Carmel.
I was going to say, you're enticing me.
That's cool. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. Again, that lunch on the Wabash is today at 11 o'clock down in Jeff Park. All kinds of other things going on today as well. At 9:30 this morning down at the Fairfield Elks Club, it is the Coffee Club, and that's put on by the Fairfield Memorial Hospital Senior Life Solutions. And that is today from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. They'll give you donuts and take care of you, do whatever you want, as they get you a chance to let senior citizens meet with those folks. Also, today at Heritage Woods here in Flora, it is at 6 p.m. tonight. Rick and Allison gospel music will be tonight at the Heritage Woods of Flora. So get your meal in and go out there and say hi to the folks. Rick and Allison putting on gospel time. Also today over in Olney at the Carl Richland Memorial Hospital at 6 o'clock tonight. They are having a CPR class, and it'll be at the lower level conference room again over in Olney at the at the Carl Richland Memorial Hospital, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So we'll give yourself plenty of time. And finally, today the Clay County Health Department going to put on a flu clinic today from 9:30 till 11:30 this morning, and it'll be from 1:30 to 4:30 this afternoon. The flu is supposed to be not quite as bad as last year, but it's supposed to be pretty bad again. Pardon me, this year you might think about getting your flu shot. Did you get your flu shot yet this year?
I have not.
I have not either. I feel bad.
I'll have to look into that.
I feel bad. I was reminded last night that I need to get my flu. Well, that's the thing. You talk to and hang out with enough people that a flu shot is probably
it's almost necessary.
A smart idea.
Yeah, well, it's a job. It's just one part of the job.
That's right. That's right. Somebody comes up to buy a CD and they're
exactly.
Great to see your show.
Yeah, it was good to see you.
But that is going on today. Also, what's on Wabash tonight? What do you want to watch on television tonight? Well, it is the return. A lot of the kids are watching this show, and I don't understand it because I read the comic book, and apparently the show is nothing at all like the comic book. It's Riverdale, Archie and Jughead and the gang, but they're all solving mysteries and that kind of thing, and apparently Archie's on trial for murder, some kind of weird deal going on, but it's on the CW. You'll find that on your local stations. It's returning tonight on Wabash on the CW at 7 o'clock tonight. Also, tonight, a lot of folks on ABC, they watch Modern Family. That's at 8 o'clock tonight. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and that's on FXX tonight. That's at 9 o'clock at 627. This is when you want to make sure that you have your DVR ready to go, because I have 3 shows here at 9 o'clock tonight that you're going to want to watch at least one of them. They'll probably repeat some of them. Again, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on FXX channel 627 at 9. South Park is back on tonight. There's a new show at 9 o'clock, Comedy Central. Now, I TiVo South Park. You have children. Do you watch South Park or let the children watch South Park?
No.
No.
No. Sorry.
I wondered about that. I kind of...
yeah, that's one of those shows that we just...
Probably, yeah, just let it go right by. That's fine. That's okay. South Park is tonight at 9 o'clock. American Horror Story is also on tonight at 9 o'clock. That's on FX channel 612. By the way, South Park was on 166. Also, a brand new show tonight that might be interesting if you're a fan of Friday Night Lights or a fan of the old Beverly Hills 90210 show type of thing. This is it's a show based on a football team. It's on the CW channel at 8 o'clock tonight. It's called The All-American, and it's kind of a mixture of a football team and of whatever the young drama was that the 90210. I never watched Friday Night Lights. Did you ever watch that? I know a lot of people loved it.
No, I never have.
I saw the movie and I thought, why do I watch a TV show?
Well, you would think I would. I mean, I played high school football.
I did too.
So you would think you would want to, but yes.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
But that's all, again tonight on the CW. It is the All-American. Also tonight, there's no baseball. That's gone. There's no football tonight. That'll be back tomorrow night. Baseball will be back Friday night, and we'll be talking about that later in the week. No NCAA football tonight. The only thing on sports you can watch tonight, there is a CONCACAF. It's the women's CONCACAF World Cup final. Not World Cup, Women's CONCACAF final. It's the U.S. versus, I want to say, Trinidad and Tobago, and I believe that's on FX1 and also, or FS1, the sports channel. Also tonight in the NHL, it's a rematch of last year's championship series. The Vegas Knights will be in Washington tonight to play the Capitals. Vegas Golden Knights at the Capitals tonight at 7 p.m. Again, this is a Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, my guest. Today we're going to talk to him a little bit about all kinds of different things. Probably we might talk Creole. We might speak a different language.
Sure.
He knows several languages.
C'est bon.
There you go. Laissez bon temps roule.
Laissez le bon temps rouler.
Laissez le bon temps rouler. We'll talk about all kinds of different things. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. I'll be back with Dennis Stroughmatt right after these words. Do please stick around.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your number one choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Tired of paying a big faceless company for your local telephone service in Flora? Now you can easily switch your 662 telephone number to Wabash Communications in Flora. That's right, Wabash can now provide local phone service to the Flora area, and yes, you can keep your 662 telephone number. It's available to both business and residential customers. Call us today at 662-3636. Wabash, your local telecommunications provider.
Welcome back, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My name is Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My guest today is Dennis Stroughmatt, and he's always a pleasure and a joy to talk. Hey, thanks very much for coming over. I appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
His second time on the show. Had you here? We had Dennis here back in April.
That's right.
And this was before I had all the fancy stuff. He had an empty wall and all that kind of stuff. See, now it's kind of loaded up.
Wow. I see a Cajun Festival poster.
There's a Cajun Festival poster there. Yeah, you played at that.
That's right.
We had him here for the. I don't think we talked about the Cajun Festival when Dennis was here. We were talking about the Steel Guitar Festival over in Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
We can talk about either one, and I plan to talk about both because we've got a lot of stuff to cover. Dennis is playing this weekend at Albion at the Bicentennial celebration as well, and we'll get to that and the big star that he's dragging in with him.
Yeah.
But all right, how'd the Steel Guitar Festival show go?
It was.
They do this every year in Mount Vernon.
It was absolutely fantastic. We actually had a great time, and I mean the audiences, of course, were receptive again. We probably ended up having over 2,000 people. Wow. For the event over the weekend, and I mean, it's the largest steel guitar show of its kind in the Midwest.
I was going to say, we've had this discussion before. There are the occasional steel guitar show. There's one up in Wisconsin, right? Right. And maybe one farther in Missouri, but
right in Branson.
They aren't that in Branson. But this one is really drawing a lot of talent, isn't it?
Well, see, at one time there was a
big one in St. Louis.
There was a big one in St. Louis. There was the International Festival Steel Guitar Show, convention in St. Louis, and they stopped having that one.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the one that drew people in from all over the country, and so
kind of a hole in the schedule.
Yeah, and so there was kind of a natural inclination that people are kind of looking for something, to kind of fill that hole, and so the Southern Illinois show just kind of popped up, and became that show in a lot of ways. But not only that, I have to really commend Cord Fitch and Dow Smith, because these guys, were really forward thinking. Just from my point of view, I mean, having been going to steel shows for 20 years myself and being involved and playing them, and actually, well, longer than 20 years, but
don't date yourself.
I was going to say, I'm thinking
don't tell everybody how old you are.
Okay. I started going 4 years ago when I was 12.
Yeah.
But anyway, one of the things that I always noticed, and of course, the steel guitar show should be about steel guitar.
Yeah.
But one of the things that, you know, a lot of people who come to these shows, they want to be entertained.
Sure.
You know, and not that steel guitar is not entertaining. I think personally it is. But
I do too.
You know, but
I'm a big fan.
But when you're, you know, a listener and you're kind of listening for what the steel guitar does behind that vocalist, well, you want a good vocalist.
Yeah.
You know, and so what Dow and Cord have been able to do is they figured out that if you can bring in some really good vocal entertainment, you know, along,
That complements, doesn't
that
it?
complements that people that, you know, singers that do complement the steel guitar, you know, that basically the steel guitar and the singer have gone hand in hand in their career.
Right.
You know,
Leona was there.
That's right, Leona Williams. Of course, we're going to talk about Tony Booth, but
Yeah.
Tony has been there. You know, we had T. Graham Brown, you know,
Yeah.
a year or so ago, and
Yeah.
you know, and you know, I know that there's talk of some other Grand Ole Opry stars,
Really?
coming back, you know, or coming to the steel guitar show, you know, in the,
That's
in the
the
near
thing.
future.
I think I'm not sure that everybody understands the level of talent also of the steel guitars, because they hear the names. You hear the names of the singers, of the vocalists,
right,
and you know those over the years. But the steel guitarists that are coming in there are top of the line.
Well, yeah, I mean, for example, I think it was 2 years ago that we had a steel guitar player. Now, he doesn't play pedal steel, he's non-pedal player, and he's 80, I think now he's like 84, or maybe he's 85, but he still plays great. And but he was here just a couple of years ago by the name of Billy Robinson.
Yeah.
Billy is unique because he is the only living steel guitar player who actually toured and played with Hank Williams Sr.
Unbelievable. You know,
And
that
he
would
was,
be.
and he was in Mount Vernon 2 years ago.
Hank Sr. died in 1953.
Yeah, so put that together.
Yeah, I just did.
So he was like literally, you know, like 16 or 17
Yeah.
years old. But this is all true. It's all fact. There are gobs of photos.
And that's the thing.
You know, that documented it.
And like this weekend's Bicentennial, like your show, and I presume most of your shows, there's an opportunity for the audience members to really make a connection and talk to these folks, aren't there?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's really kind of one of the things about any of the shows that I'm involved in, you know, is that, you know,
It's a community.
it's any type of event that it's a community event. You want an opportunity to talk to people and take the time, and you know, because really the music, especially a lot of traditional, you know, country music, it's about community.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, you know,
Well, it seems like a lot of traditional country music was developed through the rituals of folks getting together for a
Right.
barn dance, and that
you
kind
got
of,
it. You know,
celebrations.
back porches, you know, barn dances. You know, one of the things about it is, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to knock down Nashville or anything like that, but you know, Nashville has become kind of this, you know, it's kind of more pop and rock,
Yeah.
contemporary country
Yeah.
today, and well, the big arena shows are great, but that disconnects the artists and the musicians from the audiences again. And whereas a lot of the traditional artists that are still out there, you know, like a Leona Williams, or you know, some of the Grand Ole Opry members, or Tony Booth, or Johnny Bush, or you know, Gene Watson, people like
Yeah.
this. You want to talk to them, you want to touch them, they will take the time.
That's,
You know, they will
that's
take
fun.
the time. I mean, so that's big.
And the other thing about that steel show, we'll get off that steel show in a second, but since we talked about it before, that donates a lot of money, doesn't it? I mean, this is a community event.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is donating money to Shriners.
Yeah, which all goes to the Children's Hospital, Shriner Children's
Yeah.
Hospital in St. Louis, and like I said, I'm not exact on the numbers, but I know that it was in the teens, in the thousands,
Several thousands of dollars.
several thousands of dollars.
Well, that's outstanding.
This year that was raised because of the Mount Vernon Steel Guitar
That's
Show.
outstanding. How'd the big before we run off? You mentioned the poster. How'd the big Cajun show go this year?
Went very, very well.
Better
too.
weather?
Oh yeah, Yeah, we actually had good weather this year. So, of course, I mean, it's always a little warm. It's always a little hot. You know, it's kind of steamy, kind of like Louisiana.
All right, so this is one of the many genres you play.
Yes.
You'll play the fiddle for the steel guitar show.
Right. Yeah, I'm one of those staff people there.
You'll
and
play.
perform.
You'll play the. You're going to play the squeeze box for the most part for the Creole show.
Yeah, I do a lot of squeeze. Well, I play some fiddle too
For the Cajun show?
For the Cajun festival, yeah, I'll do some fiddle, but I do a lot of squeeze box, playing the Cajun accordion.
That's outstanding. That's outstanding. Talking to Dennis Stroughmatt. He's got a new album out, and we are going to talk about that when we return. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV over in Salem on Channel 3, here in Flora and other environs on Channel 100. Thank you so much for tuning in, and Dennis and I will be back right after these words.
It's my choice. It's my choice. It's my choice.
So many of our county residents have treatment or surgeries done at larger hospitals. What they don't always realize is that they have a choice to select where they can have physical therapy or any number of post-operative treatments and follow-ups. Clay County Hospital is your choice. Talk with your specialist, surgeon, or primary care provider and let them know that you want to stay close to family, friends, and most importantly, home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone services required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple, to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago.
Oh, wow.
Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I am Bruce Dickey. Thanks so much for tuning in. My guest is Dennis Stroughmatt, and we're talking about all kinds of different things. Let's tell everybody where you are and what is going on this weekend, and that kind of leads us a little bit later into the album, because the album is kind of the tribute to Mr. Booth. What is going on this weekend? You play all over the place. You have how many shows do you have this week? I'm glad I got you here on a Wednesday.
Well, just this weekend I've got 4.
No kidding.
Yeah, this weekend coming up I've got 4.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to be on Friday. I'm going to be up in Hoopeston, Illinois, which is a little suburb of Danville, basically.
You're going to Hoopeston?
Yeah.
You know they're the corn jerkers.
Yes, I do know.
I won a wrestling tournament in Hoopeston one time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're performing.
I'll tell you a story about that, but I really don't want to tell on the air. Actually, I probably could because it's 35 years ago, but yeah, I'm not going to.
Well, I'll be. Basically, this weekend is kind of like my Tony Booth weekend.
Nice.
You might say. I mean,
is he with you all weekend long?
Yes, or you might say I'm with him.
Oh yeah.
Most of the weekend,
yeah.
But he's coming up, and it's his Midwest tour.
Okay,
he's coming up, and it's one of these things where I've been very flattered because of course Tony makes this directive, but his manager basically kind of calls up, and he said, well, I want you to play on all these shows, when you come up and do a tour, and Tony's going to do a tour. I want you on the tour.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's a situation where like one of the venues is putting the band together.
Yeah.
Tony's manager calls the venue and says, well, whatever you do, you have to hire Dennis Stroughmatt, to be in the band.
I love it. I love it.
To lead the band.
Well,
so.
if only because Tony wants a professionally run show, a professionally run band.
And that, I hate to brag, but that is true.
Well, that's not bragging if it's true.
Well, that's what he wants, and and I've worked with him for years, and he's a great guy. He's been a great influence, and he. But yeah, you're right. In that sense that he, if you're working with local bands and you're not bringing a band,
you'll have the occasional inconsistency of quality.
And so what he wants is he tries to make sure that people get the show that they pay for.
Yeah.
And so one of the things is, as hiring someone or having someone there who is intimately knowledgeable of his music. And I've all of my life, I have been.
Well, you've played it.
I've played the music. I've been a fan of the music, and that it's just kind of what I've directed myself, to do, when it comes
traditional
to
country music.
Right? Yeah. But we're going to be doing that, and
you said where? Okay, Hoopeston, then where?
And then we're coming to Albion.
Okay, on Saturday.
Yeah, and I was pleasantly surprised, actually, late last year, the Albion Bicentennial Committee. Of course, I live in Albion. I'm born and raised in Albion.
Yeah.
They asked me, to perform. They said, well, we've got to have you.
That's probably right. You got to have Stroughmatt to put on a show in Albion.
Yeah, they we got to have you, and I said, well, I'd be happy to do it. I said, only one thing. And they said, what's that? I said, well, Tony Booth's already coming up. He already has a tour, and I said, if I'm going to play in Albion, Tony Booth's going to play in Albion. I said, so that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, sure, absolutely.
Isn't it kind of a return engagement for Tony?
Yeah, he was here. He was in Albion 6 years ago.
Okay.
I think that's right. No, 5 years ago.
I was going to say, yeah.
5 years ago. It would have been 2013.
Okay.
He was in 5 years ago in 2013. He was in Albion. So yeah, it's a return engagement for him to come back. And a lot of people in the community are really excited, that he's coming back. He put on a great show then. And, of course, since then he's won more awards, and he's been on Country Family Reunion and half dozen times. He's been on RFD's True Country TV show a half dozen times, and he's just this year he's been featured on the Grand Ole Opry a few times. So he's having a kind of a banner year, you might say, and so it's
golly, a star again at his big hit or hits. We're in the early 60s.
That's 70s.
Early 70s.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I don't need to add years to anybody.
I won't tell him.
Yeah, don't tell him. No. But what an opportunity, and what it must be satisfying for him for the resurgence, huh?
He's been really excited about this. Like I say, growing up as a kid, my little story about Tony. My dad was a huge country music, Western swing, big band music too. Of course, we listened to a lot of Jan Garber and Guy Lombardo.
Hey, they've got quality talent playing with Guy Lombardo.
That's right.
You got to be good.
But my dad would go right from listening to like Glenn Miller to putting Ray Price on the stereo to putting Tony Booth on the stereo.
And then back to Count Basie
or something. Count Basie or something like that. And so, but I remember Tony's album, there was Keys in the Mailbox.
Right.
Keys in the Mailbox. Of course, that was a big hit by a guy in the 60s by the name of Freddie Hart. But Tony had this just massive hit, in the early 70s. And it was when he was with the Buck Owens organization. I say the organization because he was kind of signed by Buck on Capitol Records.
Right.
And he and the Hagers, probably familiar with the Hager twins from Hee Haw.
The twins. Yeah.
They were on Hee Haw, and of course Tony was on there. Buck Owens' son. There was a lady named Susan Ray. And they were all, you would see them all the time on Hee Haw.
That's the thing. You forget, looking back, we're 20, 30 years have passed. You forget exactly how popular Hee Haw was.
Oh, it's huge.
It was gigantic.
Yeah, yeah.
And how big Buck Owens was.
Right. Yeah. Buck. Like I say, Buck was this great honky tonker of this hard edge country sound. Yeah. But people, when they think of Buck Owens, they think corn picking. Corn picking on Hee Haw, but that's not
Buck Owens.
That's not really Buck Owens.
Yeah.
Buck Owens was an extremely smart businessman.
Yeah.
Owned many radio stations, TV stations, and
you put that well. You put that well when you say extremely successful businessman. That means he was also hard-edged.
He was. Oh, yeah. And you could ask Tony about that.
I suspect you could.
Tony knows a lot, about that. But like I say, Tony's, he had these hits, and I listened to this music, his music, a lot as a kid, but my dad literally wore out the album. Literally, it was like the grooves, for those of you out there that remember what vinyl is, when I teach part-time at a community college at Wabash Valley College, when I'm trying
those kids have no idea.
I'm trying to explain to kids about records, they're kind of like, oh yeah, those things that hang on a wall, So I'm like, oh gosh. So anyway, but anyway, so when I was, I don't know, at some point, I probably stopped listening to Tony. Maybe when I was 10, 11, 12 years old. You kind of start listening to other things. But I'll never forget coming home from college. It was probably 91, 92 or something like that. And I'm driving back from Cape Girardeau. And I just happened to, I'm literally coming through Grayville, Illinois, and I flip on the radio and just cruising around. I get to this radio station is kind of fading in and out of Effingham.
Uh-huh.
And there's a guy on there that's called the Bill Burry Show.
Okay.
And Bill Burry. And, it was the song I heard first. He's playing Keys in the Mailbox. And literally, I almost drove off the road.
Brought back the flood of memories.
Yeah, it was just bam, it was right there. It was the voice, it was the sound, that hard-edged driving bass, steel guitar and fiddle right in your face.
Yeah.
It's just so much, it was just so much more, real in a lot of ways to compare to even country at that time.
Wow.
And so it just kind of started bringing me back on this whole road to playing Tony's music and playing for Tony.
That's outstanding. Talking here to Dennis Stroughmatt. We're actually probably going to get to the meat of the broadcast here in just a minute, as he's got a new album coming out, and we'd be tremendously remiss not to give that album plenty of discussion, because it's a good one. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. I'm Bruce Dickey. That's Dennis Stroughmatt, and we'll be back with more after these words. Do stick around.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area, with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no-appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your number one choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Tired of paying a big faceless company for your local telephone service in Flora? Now you can easily switch your 662 telephone number to Wabash Communications in Flora. That's right, Wabash can now provide local phone service to the Flora area, and yes, you can keep your 662 telephone number. It's available to both business and residential customers. Call us today at 662-3636. Wabash, your local telecommunications provider.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I just got Dennis going. You are watching us. Bruce. You're welcome. You're watching us on Wabash Catch TV right here in Flora on Channel 100, in Salem on Channel 3. We do appreciate you tuning in as we've got all kinds of things going on. All right, we've been talking about it. I've even put the keys to the mailbox underneath your name. Tell me about Keys to the Mailbox. What is this all about?
Well, like I say, this the new CD that's out. This is, there we go, I'll give that to you.
I'll get that on the the little screen. There we go.
Hey, yeah, this is, well, we've been talking about Tony Booth. I've done a couple tributes to Ray Price and the Cherokee Cowboys, but this is kind of one of those bucket list things. Even with all the tributes that I've done to Ray Price, actually kind of the one that's been back in my head the whole time was whether or not I could kind of get to the point that I would be able to do this one.
Really?
Because this one's been there always.
Really?
And
well, see, you did two Ray Price ones.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, and I really wanted to do that because I mean Ray was such a huge influence, but Tony was too. I mean, and in fact, I mean, I get people all the time. They'll always come up to me at shows and they'll be like, "Wow, you sound so much like Ray Price, but yet there's something different. You know what? Something kind of unique." Well, it's the delivery, and a lot of my delivery vocally comes from Tony. Yeah. You know, a lot of it comes from Tony, and Tony was kind of a Ray Price style singer, but he had his own delivery that, like I say, was kind of unique, and he was that big influence, and his music. Like I say, his music is known for literally fiddles and steels.
See, there's Tony right there playing. I'm guessing that's on
Hee-Haw. Yeah, and that's actually with the Buckaroos.
Oh, okay.
That's the Buck Owens Buckaroos, and for example, steel players Jerry Brightman. It's Doyle Kurtzinger on bass. Doyle Kurtzinger is on this new CD.
Is that right?
Yes.
How about that?
Playing bass. That's Jerry Wiggins on drums. There's the very famous Don Rich on lead guitar.
Right.
Of course, he was the sound of Buck Owens. And on piano is Jim Shaw. Is
that right?
Jim Shaw is also on this CD.
How did you get these guys? I guess it's the same thing I have asked you about when you got the Cherokee Cowboys to help you on the Ray Price albums. How do you get a hold of these guys? And
you don't say no.
I'm gonna say
you don't accept no. You don't accept no. You just keep calling. You keep working at it. You know. Well, one of the things was, as you saw on the picture, with the piano player. See, the reason what's interesting is people don't maybe not know this, because this was the Buck Owens organization through Capitol. Tony, like several other artists, recorded in Bakersfield at Buck Owens Studios.
Yes, they'd go out there.
The house band or the staff band was the Buckaroos.
The studio band.
They were the studio band.
They were the wrecking crew, basically, in Bakersfield.
Exactly. And that's why you get that big fiddle steel guitar sound, you know, kind of in your face. But Tony's music was known also for this really kind of honky-tonk rollicking piano sound.
Yeah.
Well, that's Jim Shaw. Jim Shaw was on the original recordings. Doyle Kurtzinger, you saw in the picture, on the bass, he was on the original recordings. And you see Doyle Kurtzinger there again. He's standing right next to the.
That's some great hair, by the way, on both Doyle and Tony. I mean, that is some great hair.
Oh, it is. So he said
that head of hair had to weigh 3 pounds.
I know. You can tell Tony's a tall guy.
Yeah.
Tony is. He's a big guy. And but Doyle Kurtzinger, I was able to get both Doyle and they're instrumental in that sound, getting that real hard driving, that, you know, that 4/4 shuffle sound between the piano and the bass. And not only that, but the steel guitar player. Now, he wasn't pictured in that picture, but the steel guitar player who was on the original recording of Keys in the Mailbox. Another big hit by Tony's was Lonesome 77203. That guy was by the name of J.D. Maness.
Yeah.
J.D. is also on this CD.
Is that right?
I have 3 of the 5 original musicians that played on the hits.
It's amazing. I was about to say it's amazing they're still alive, but it's but you know, that was 35, 40 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, they're still out there. They're still playing.
45 years ago.
In fact, J.D. Well, see, J.D., I mean, he was only, 20.
Yeah.
I think at the time, you know, he was like 20 years old, you know, so, you know, 20, 21 years old. So, I mean, these guys were, you know, young, you know, when they were recording, you know, and doing these records. And so they're in their mid 60s, you know, early 70s now, you know, still playing and actually are even way better now than they were then, of course.
Do they get the opportunity? Is this something that those fellas just love to get? Because do they get the opportunity to play the style of music they love and record it?
In fact, that was kind of the funny thing. Now Doyle Kurtzinger, the bass player, now he still kind of plays a lot like that today. But see, the Buckaroos are still together.
Yeah.
You know, they still play in Bakersfield at a place called the Crystal Palace. That was Buck Owens' Crystal. It's a kind of a Branson style place, you know.
Then they go to the Palomino to have a beer.
There you go, exactly.
Yeah.
But see, Jim Shaw on piano told me that when we were doing the recording, he said, I haven't played that shuffle style, he said, in, I don't know, 20-some years.
No kidding.
He said, you know, to play that exact, because what he called it, he said it's basically like raindrops dropping on a glass pane.
Yeah.
When you hear the piano sound, if you listen to the recordings, kind of moving around the vocal.
Yeah, it's a circular sound.
Yeah, and he said this is not something that you hear that much anymore. I mean, it was a very specific kind of tradition.
It's kind of the same way with the drum, with the Western style drum, shuffle drum.
That's right. Same thing with the shuffle, and actually, I should mention this too. Now, he was there at a different time than the others, but okay. So I've got J.D. Maness, Doyle Kurtzinger.
He's name dropping again.
Here we go. Doyle Kurtzinger, Jim Shaw, and on drums is the original Buckaroo drummer, Willie Cantu.
Again, I'm trying to figure out how you get these guys to play with you.
Well, they love playing the music.
They love the music.
They love the music, and I call them, and they're like, yeah, we want to do it because like nobody else wants to do this anymore.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I'm like, I want to do it because to me, it's not just about making a record. It's about preserving the music.
I love this this photo. This is basically the publicity photo for Lonesome
77203.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Telephone booth.
Yeah, the telephone booth. That is great. And you know, that's the thing. That kind of gives folks an idea. That gives you the attitude and what you're kind of going for in the tribute.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Well, you know, that's one of the cool things. Are some of the pictures that are in this, the CD itself, because it's a fold out. You know, it's a digital fold out, and you know, in these days, people want to everybody wants to digitally download music.
Yeah.
Well, I decided to do something different. I mean, so yeah, you can digitally download the music if you want to.
And you'll find it just the same.
You know, be fine. But you won't get the pictures.
That's great. No, well, that's the thing. Looking at it, it's pretty thick. It's got a nice little folder in there.
There's a folder in there, and there are pictures in there that are there are photos that are in this CD that have never been seen by anyone.
Really?
In fact,
not nudie or anything.
No. But there's some photos that include Buck Owens.
No kidding.
There are photos that include Buck Owens. They're a photo with J.D. Maness. Inside the disc, and and that was one of the things that if you want that experience, you have to get the CD physically. You can't just download the music.
Well, I've got CD picture back up there. Will that be will be available, I guess, on Saturday?
Yes, yeah, and that's another picture. The one that's of Tony on the cover of that. That's actually one that had never been released before either.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll take a final break, and we'll come back and we'll show folks what Tony looks like now.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's been a little while.
It's been a few years. It's been a few years.
That's Dennis Stroughmatt. I'm Bruce Dickey. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to wrap things up. Do stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Welcome to Clay County Hospital. Clay County Hospital and Clinics offer the best in services and care in the area with a staff that strives to provide the very best in patient-centered care. We offer full hospital services including radiology, therapy, surgery, labs, and emergency services. Our clinics located in Flora, Louisville, and Clay City allow us to reach out to Clay County residents so that you never have to go far from home for your healthcare needs. In addition to our regular provider staff, we also offer affiliated specialty provider services at our Flora clinic. Finally, have a minor injury or illness but don't want to wait for an appointment? Our walk-in, no appointment clinic hours in Flora are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., and Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon. Make Clay County Hospital your number one choice for healthcare, convenient and close to home.
Clay County Hospital, your number one choice in healthcare.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple, to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Hi, Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I'm Bruce Dickey. Thanks very much for tuning in. My guest today is Dennis Stroughmatt. We're having a lot of fun talking about all kinds of different things. Dennis, what time's your show on Saturday?
We're going to be at the Square in Albion on Saturday at 1 p.m. this coming Saturday.
1 p.m. It's supposed to be gorgeous weather.
It is. I'm hopefully
They're talking like 70, 72 degrees.
That'd be nice.
A little different from Aldi a couple of years ago.
You had to bring that up.
Yeah, Dennis and I played the same show at Aldi. I played right after Dennis did, and yeah, it was you were in the sun. At least I was in the shade.
Oh man, I wish somebody had brought me something cold.
Something cold. Something cold and refreshing.
Anything cold and refreshing. But no, we'll be playing 1 o'clock on Saturday. And how
long's your show?
The whole show is only going to last 2 hours. I'm opening the show, and we'll be doing kind of a special tribute to Tony Booth with the new CD. And we'll be doing a few tracks off of it that Tony won't be performing because then as soon as we get done, Tony's going to come right in.
So you're not tearing down.
We're not taking a break. Not tearing down
because you're the backup band.
Right, we're the backup band, and so Tony's literally just going to come on stage probably around 2 o'clock, maybe just a little after 2. And we'll go right into Tony's show, and so it's going to be great.
The stage is going to be in the street there at the Citizens National Bank in the Moose, from what I'm told.
That's what I've been told too.
That's a little different for you, isn't it?
Yeah, usually it's usually you just have it right up in front of the courthouse,
right?
When you do events there. But so this will be kind of fun.
Bring your lawn chairs and as well as get up and. Do people get up and dance much? I know they do.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised that people might, but you can, and you can find out more information, of other things. If you're looking for other things that I'm doing, you can go to honkytonkfiddle.com.
honkytonkfiddle.com.
Yeah, I'm also on Facebook, so you can find out. And, I talk about all the shows I'll be doing with Tony, and, like I say, we pop up on RFD TV, and I do things that with, of course, Tony's working all over, but for me this is really special. I mean, it's special. It's our bicentennial, but it's also special that it's the tribute CD to Tony, and we got Tony.
And you got Tony. That's the thing. All right, here, ladies and gentlemen, here's Tony, and he's still looking good.
Yeah.
Full head of hair. You knew back when you saw this photo that he was going to still have that full head of hair.
You got it.
He probably could still swoop it around into that kind of.
He can
if he wanted to.
He's quite the energetic guy.
Really?
He's 75.
Okay.
And but he's very energetic. Still a great singer. And and like I say, just so fun to work with because he's one of these guys that's been in the business so long that and he's met so many people, that he's just very relaxed, and he's good to be with on stage, and he's good with the crowd. He's really good with the crowd.
You're talking about and the show again is 1 o'clock on Saturday in Albion. Don't miss it. It's part of the bicentennial celebration. Should be a big time. I got a question.
Yes.
You were talking about all the other folks who were members of the Buckaroos and how you strive to recreate and preserve that sound. Does that get you the opportunity to occasionally meet with other folks who are doing that, like a Dwight Yoakam or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of not necessarily Dwight, but
there's a slew of folks.
But there's several other young guys
who follow the Bakersfield sound.
Yes, that and the kind of the old honky tonk sound, Johnny Bush sound. And actually, a lot of them are in Texas. This type of music in Texas is huge.
Yeah.
It really is a big deal. I'm not just saying that. It is. It's what people go to do. I mean, they go to dance halls and they dance the Texas two-steps. Young people, old people, it doesn't matter. You know, I mean, it's just a big part of the culture, you know, in Texas and even Oklahoma. And there are a couple other younger guys like Justin Trevino, who's on the CD. Justin is guesting on there. Justin's been on RFD TV quite a bit, Country Family Union, Grand Ole Opry. And then another guy named Landon Dodd. And Landon, he and I have hit it off and become really good friends. And actually, Landon's going to be doing a tour up through Illinois. He's a younger guy that he's really big into preserving that traditional music, and he's coming to Illinois next year.
The traditional country kind of goes hand in hand a little bit with Americana.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, you find that you ever heard of that term red dirt?
Yeah.
Music? Well, that kind of runs cross, you might say, it crosses with that Texas dance hall sound. There's a guy named Pat Green, for example. It's kind of big down there. Of course, you got Jeff Walker and some of those people out of Austin. They all kind of cross paths through that music, you know.
Sleep at the wheel.
Exactly.
Those guys. All those, the Austin crowd.
You know, and I guess
Ray Benson.
Right. You know, and I guess I've probably more than anything. You never know when you do this. You know, I do it for the fun of it. You know, of course, you hope that you make a little bit of money.
Sure.
You know, doing it, I mean, it's a job, you know, but probably more than anything, I've been just really flattered that they've been so accepting of me.
You know, that must be the key to making it work. And correct me if I'm wrong, talking to Dennis Stroughmatt, professional musician now for 25 years.
Yes.
Part of this, and I've talked to folks like Bruce, last name Bruce Brown, the guitarist for Charlie Daniels. How you move through this business and how you survive in this business, other than being really good at what you do, which is part and parcel.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you've got to work.
But,
you have to.
But it's the relationships that you make that also makes it move for you.
It is, and you know, and the thing about it is a lot of these other people that are in the business, they're in the exact same boat that I am.
Sure.
I mean, they love the music and they want to be involved in it, and once you realize, because you know, in music, a lot of people can be kind of arrogant.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and when you
they feel like they've reached a certain pinnacle.
You know, and when you're a musician, of course, you've got to kind of have a certain, you know, attitude and feel good about yourself just to do it. But you've got to learn and understand that you can reach across and be friends with a lot of people, because there are other people who love the music just like you do, and they want to play it just like you do, and you got to help each other.
It's a fun. It's really a it's a fun mix of confidence and humility. Confidence, talent, and humility.
You know, and like I say, I did a tour. That's how I met Landon, for example. I got hired to play fiddle for a tour through Nebraska and Missouri and Kansas this past summer. That they had me sing, but it was for the Heart of Texas Records, and they did a bunch of road shows. And I had actually never met Landon before, but he and I just absolutely hit it off, and he was just like, wow, man, I can't believe that there's somebody else kind of in my same age range that, you know, loves this old music too.
Well, speaking of similar age range, you've got Lance Miller playing later on Saturday night, and you know, granted, Lance is writing for the more contemporary stuff. When you listen to Lance, he's Merle Haggard.
Sure, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Well, so that's something else. Where else are you going?
Then heading on from Albion, got to have a private event later that night over in near St. Louis, and then we've got heading a huge deal country jamboree on Sunday afternoon over in Lake of the Ozarks.
That sounds like fun, ladies and gentlemen. Dennis is going to be at the Albion Bicentennial on Saturday, and he's playing on Saturday along with Tony Booth. Dennis, thank you again so much for coming on. Really do appreciate it.
Thanks.
Best of luck. Okay.
All right.
Let me know anytime I can help you. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's Dennis Stroughmatt. Go see him at the Albion Bicentennial at 1 o'clock this Saturday. Have a great weekend, the rest of the week. Talk to you soon.
See you there.